Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 28 of the Skills Podcast. I am back again. Sorry for the little week in between for Thanksgiving. I was hoping to get this one out by then, but work kind of tired me out. So did the holidays too as well. So we're getting it this week, but we're finally going on to the last part of my holiday trip, or a holiday. My technically it was a holiday for October. And basically, this is the one that I don't know how long or how short it was going to be. Especially because it was for the, as I said, it's going to be for Halloween Horror Nights. And that was one of the big ones I was really excited for this year at this point. So, we'll start off with, as I last set off, that we were at the Fallout Cafe where they're selling the Yum Yum eggs and then all the disappointing food menu items there. So we kind of just chilled there for a little bit after just trying to kind of figure out what we're going to be doing at that point. And basically, we kind of overheard the opening ceremonies at that point too as well, which was I did have a little bit recorded here and there. You can kind of hear it from my angle, but it's still pretty cool just listening into it as well. And the Fallout. Basically, once we kind of got through the ceremonies, we kind of see everybody kind of finally moving into the area. They have the lines moving. That was a hold up there. We then went out to the customer service. I would say guest service area, I want to say. And then that's when we got our passes for our quick what the hell is it? Our fast passes basically for Universal Halloween Horror Nights haunted houses and stuff too. Which definitely was probably the best purchase we made because we probably skipped so much time instead of just waiting and stuff like that too as well. So we kind of maybe had the best advantage at that point because we went through almost every single houses except for just one house, which was, even for how long it was, it still was pretty long, which I still wish we could have gone, but it's still it was a long day. I'll get to it later. But we decided to go further in, and of course, the first scare zone we always kept on going past by was the clown circus zone, which of course had the roaming circus clowns with chainsaw and stuff like that too. So I don't remember if it had that much clowns on or at least at the start of it though too as well. So you can hear some chainsaws and stuff like that too. And man, the pyro they have over there was pretty much hot too as well, because they have a huge truss steel. And they actually has flame flying out of it, and man, when you're closer, you can really feel the heat from that flames at that point too as well. So it's really crazy, how hot you can feel the heat and everything like that too as well. So it's pretty cool, a little area, especially with the freaking big clown they have. Almost seemed like one of the clowns that they have from Killer Clowns from outer space from the looks of it. Because I had to I actually had to look at the videos and see kind of what happened that time too, because I kind of it's been already almost a month removed from it. So I had to kind of remember when what happened at that point too as well. So so basically I went and we were going to go towards the backlots to Poltergeist first, but then we kind of realized let's just start off with the Chainsaw Man, since that one was going to be just a quick movie and stuff like that too as well. So it's a good thing we did too, because that one was at least an good start to it. Because if we did it at the very end of it, either A, we probably would have all been sleeping, or B, we probably would have gotten a little bit disappointed on it too as well. Because the 3D effects wasn't as much as you thought it was gonna be though too as well, but it still is like at least semi noticeable. But the video in itself was actually pretty good though too as well. Like it was literally because it was imported from Universal Studios Japan, so they had their own pre-queue like stuff going on, as well as like their own little side story too from the main show and stuff too as well. So it was still pretty cool just actually like seeing that whole thing. And basically like it was basically like the way how they phrased it was actually you in the audience, like along with the characters basically like watching a movie, and it ended up being like an actual like haunting for demons and stuff like that too as well, or whatever they have in that. I still have yet to watch Chainsaw Man at that point, but it was pretty good, like little start at least to start it off at that point, kind of get the feel of festive, like a Halloween Horror Nights mood in. And I know it's kind of weird that I'm putting this out. I probably might put it out tomorrow, if anything. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Monday. I'll probably put this on. I'll probably maybe put one more episode. No, it's actually let's put it out today. I'm recording this on the 30th, so we'll see how this goes. Anyway, so basically we're just we went and got out of that theater, which was ironically surprisingly that to see how much of a change they did too as well, from the conversion from the Poe to the Chainsaw Man one, because they actually had like posters, like as I said from the last one, that they had posters of all the DreamWorks films and stuff going into it. And then once you're like on this time when you're going into it, they actually have more of the Chainsaw Man characters that they have going down there, along with some of the posters too as well. Of course, it looked like they just slapped it on there too as well to cover the other ones, but still, it's pretty nice theming at least. And then we decided to go check out the haunted houses that was on the back lot of the Harry Potter world, which we decided to go through. And man, it's I guess from compared to last year, I guess it was a lot more spookier. They actually had more fog and stuff too in that area. And they actually had like Dementors, but I guess like some things happened over last year that like I guess they stopped doing it this year, which kind of sucks too, because I was kind of hoping to see that too as well. But they did keep the like spooky facade that was projection on the Halloween or on the Hogwarts castle, which was really cool, especially with the they actually had like snake spiders crawling on it, the Death Eaters logo flying over it too as well. Like their own little like a spooky area. It was actually pretty cool to make it, and it was also like a lot more dimmer too as well, for like the spookiness too. But we went towards the back end of the area, and this is where we really start getting our Halloween Horror Nights fright too as well, because of we had to stop at one point because one of our party members needed some alcohol to kind of like I guess you could say liquid courage at that point too as well. So we were waiting for them to like get their alcohol and stuff like that too. And then of course the Terrifier clown was literally in the area, because like down there was the Terrifier house and the Poltergeist house, which was gonna be the first two houses we were gonna hit. But along the way, like towards the backlot, they had one of the Terrifier scare actors that was there, and he ended up like was messing around with people, and especially with his bag of like disembodied parts like that too as well. And at one point, literally, he freaking like came up to Demetrius. Next, no, freaking like he was digging into his bag of like disembodied parts, and ended up taking up a hand, a disembodied arm, and basically like Demetrius was kind of holding his hand out, thinking he was gonna give him something or get him something. When he pulled the arm out, literally started honking the horn like in one of the tunes. And then he literally just laughing, and then just made Demetrius laugh, and just went away. Said bye and went away. And I'll put it here too as well, saying like, "Hey, he gave you your hand," and literally Demetrius literally just laughed at that point, just silently laughing. And then in the background, you can see like him just running. You can see him chasing after somebody too that got scared and literally go after them too. So yeah, literally freaking and somehow Demetrius is always the one that always gets like targeted pretty good too as well, which is funny. You could hear him one of the later like videos I recorded too, that like saying like, why is he always targeted so much at that point too as well. So, but it was funny though too. So we went down towards the parking the lower lot, and man, that was a good well, that was definitely a good walk for it. But the lot that they used was pretty big too as well. So it was a good amount. And even then, like I was like thinking like, man, how do they gonna fit these houses in here too as well? So we decided to go to the first one, which was the Poltergeist house, and that was actually pretty cool. It was definitely had a lot of key scenes of the movie. I'll admit I did not watch it, so my opinion is maybe a little bit not geared towards it at this point, but at least like from an outside perspective. But I do know certain scenes from that come from it too as well. But it's pretty cool, just the facade that they have, like especially with the television set that they have. These characters popping out. They even have the freaking clown too as well, the scary clown in a blue suit, red and blue suit. They had the freaking animatronics, and I was like scared at one point that like freaking it might popped up out of me, but luckily it was just a like prop that they have there too as well. But it was pretty cool, like going through the house, pretty much like seeing how spooky it was, and definitely like get your heart a pumping, like getting ready to like this is your first house, and basically like this is what you're gonna be experiencing throughout the rest of the night too as well. So got out finally, although we had to like although I can see why or how they managed to do that with so many twists and turns, like actually using every single space that they can, and which then caused like later on, like in one of the other houses, that Demetrius got stuck trying to back out into stuff like too, which kind of held up the line a little bit too. So, and then later on in the night too, that he got stuck to the point where Esteban had to like literally pull him out too as well, or like tilt him so he can keep going forward. And he basically ended up and we managed to get through it too as well. But we it was a pretty cool house at least to start off, like kind of like it seemed like a good easy start to the house. And then after that, Lacey, because also then like I'll admit though, it's a good thing she didn't go in there. She can't handle like smells and stuff. So and also the wetness too as well. So she can't handle that. So basically we kind of left her alone. We decided to go in there and because the next house was the Terrifier house, and man, that one was actually pretty cool. Like because I never seen Terrifier, but it seemed like I guess they implemented all three movies like themes and stuff in there too. So they had the original Terrifier, they had the like I guess Christmas one that they have at one point, and then like one with him with the sunflower glasses too. And basically like going through it was pretty cool. I remember some of the scenes was like him like sawing off like some dude's head in half and actually spitting out blood. And yeah, this house was actually wet. We were on the red one side. And man, that like you could literally feel the wetness in some, because they actually do spray you with some water at certain scenes, like almost like blood spraying out at you, or like guts. And it's funny too because I guess Demetrius, like when I think it was the scene where, as I said, like where he pops off the head and then like starts spraying with water. I guess Demetrius had his mouth open and got a face full of it. I was like, oh damn. But and then while we were going through it, I guess when we were transitioning into the second part of the house, which was I guess the Christmas one, man, like I guess to make it almost like a winter whiteness, they actually like had a whole mist system. And you can immediately feel that this was gonna be really wet too as well. Like you could feel the barriers in between that separates the area. Like you could feel it like all wet and stuff too. And the fact too that like you could feel like the mist like so wet that like you could feel the humidity just immediately shot up from that too as well. But yeah, it was like a Santa house, and then of course I forgot we went through like a poo bathroom area too. And boy, that really smelled. That I'll admit that pretty much smelled like shit, and like they really somehow managed to get that smell correct in there. But man, that was a pretty bad smell. And luckily she didn't go there, otherwise she probably would have thrown up too as well. But managed to make it through, and man, that was actually pretty good. That was actually a pretty good house to actually check out. So that's definitely was on the top three at least, if anything. After that, we regrouped. We went straight up to the back through Hogwarts. And I think we went. We had a little bathroom break too. I think I want to say. I don't remember. Or that we went straight through. We then decided to go check out all the houses that were on the upper lot area. So we. Oh, and the funny thing too, going up the same Terrifier actor was up there too as well, and started messing with Demetrius again too. So and then that's the one when I told you earlier that like you hear the quote of somebody saying like, why are they always targeting you and stuff like that too as well. Yeah, so we decided to check out the next area, which was part of the Fallout house, which is we decided to check out next. And boy, this one I think we probably would have saved some time if we did it, because we didn't the way how they had it like in that area, they didn't like they just show like which lines are for which houses, and it didn't specifically say like general or fast pass area too. So we were kind of figuring out like, okay, which one's the fast pass area? So we kind of figured it out because nobody kind of specified where it was. So we kind of went through the general line, which ended up being we thought it was a fast pass line, but ended up being the general. So we ended up waiting a little bit. Like that wasn't actually pretty bad too. It was like pretty quickly, surprisingly, even though for the time it said there. So, but I kind of wish that they actually like put a little sign saying like, hey, general here if you want to go to fast way through here. So, but we went through pretty quickly. It was less than like 20 minutes, if anything, even 20-30 minutes at that point. So it wasn't too fast or too slow. The lines, it felt like it kept on moving too as well. So, but we went through that line, and then we went through the Fallout house, and that one was actually pretty coolly themed and stuff like the two. And it does seem like that they're more like directly towards the Amazon TV show from the way how it felt. So, but it seemed like there was missing some thematics, or it seemed like there was some stuff that was missing from it. I don't know what, but like it felt some things were missing. Like it kind of it definitely had the full Fallout like aesthetics and stuff like that too. But it kind of felt like it needed a little bit more. But it was pretty cool because even in like in it you actually see like the ghoul that was there. You also see the freaking power armor in person and how big it is too as well. You freaking get to see a freaking like Yaguai too as well, the freaking bear pop out at you too. And man, like freaking, and even at one point you see freaking like these ghouls, like because they have the regular ghoul like actual people that actually have intelligence and stuff like that too. And then the brainless ghouls too as well that actually pops out and screams at you too as well. And what's even cool, they even have like the shadow of the freaking like Deathclaw too, which sadly like I wish we could have seen that in person, but I guess it's a good like a second if just seeing that too. What's funny too, because they had the one at the very end, freaking they had like the king, one of the group members called the Kings, basically, and they basically like just popped out, and you can hear and see like all the freaking like Elvis impersonator quotes and stuff like that too in there. So like as one last surprise, which kind of got me pretty good too as well. So that was pretty cool to check out too. So once we got that one done, I think that one, no, yeah, we went straight through Hogwarts, and then we went to Fallout, and then after that we decided to go to the bathroom to like go use the bathroom at least, so in case any of us like have an accident, and we don't want that to happen there too. Right after we went to the bathroom, we decided to like go ahead and ask because of course, like as I said earlier, we didn't know where things were at, so we asked somebody where the lines, at least the fast pass lines for the next one, which was the Latin America haunted house. So we went and asked, we went around the area, or we went to the line, and we finally went to that one. And that one, I'll admit, was probably the best house of them all, if anything. That was actually pretty cool. Just the way how, like, especially for an original IP house, that was actually really cool. Like, I'll say it's really cool. Because it basically talks about La Llorona, and basically like about the folktale from her and stuff like that too, and the way how they have the whole set dressing and stuff like that too is so cool. And especially like there's one part where like she's like, you actually go through across a bridge into a house to actually like see like dead kids' bodies on the like in the river drowning, and you see her crying and stuff like that too. And this is the one where like I think it was part of my more memorable like scares too, other than the one I'll tell you in a little bit. But like where like basically like I was looking at the freaking water next to, I ended up like see the kids and then saw, and this is why I made my mistake, that I saw the scare actor like further away from me. So I was like, okay, I should be safe. Let me look on the other side of the thing. I don't know. I don't know if it like triggered from like either my peripherals or from I think either like Lacey screaming at like in front of me too as well. And I literally freaking look back quickly, and I just see this character like charging it straight at me, and then I immediately scream, and to the point, and like you kind of don't see it in the video, but like I do like felt like I felt the bridge was a little bit wet, so I literally almost lost my footing there too as well. So literally I almost slipped there like at that point just from getting scared too. So but we went further in, and then we see the freaking same monster mother, basically like the starts like basically starts becoming like more of a monster and starts eating children at that point too. And it's pretty cool because it starts off with her like banging against the window, and then with her like eating the children on the bed halfway. And then after that, it basically like goes on to like the ceiling, like you see a cut corner of the ceiling, and with the kid hanging out of her mouth. And then after that, you get a freaking huge you get a freaking huge like freaking scare from like the freaking one of the puppets too as well of the monster. And then you go cut through a couple of like dark corners and stuff like that too, that you have a bunch of characters come popping out too as well. And man, like it was pretty cool. It was definitely a top tier at that point too as well. After that, we exit out of the scare zone, and we decided like to kind of like wait there, talk a little bit in there too. And then that's where I had my Scooby Doo moment, where basically I kind of was like talking specifically to Willie, and then I of course like the way how everybody was specified was like Esteban and Demetrius was in front of me, because Esteban was the one that was like behind Demetrius most of the time. Then Willie was on my right side, and then Lacey was on my left side. So I was talking to Willie, of course, kind of talking to him, and I know those other two were talking. And I think I stopped talking, and the others kind of stopped talking for some reason too as well. And I as I said, like I kind of accounted for everybody, but then there's somebody on my peripheral on my left side too as well, that I kind of looked, immediately saw it was somebody else that I didn't know, and immediately freaked out at that point too as well. And I immediately screamed, and literally freaking like everybody was just laughing about that too as well, because I don't think any of those guys kind of like seen me get scared, or especially Demetrius. Like he heard me scream before, but he's never physically actually seen me scream at that point too as well. So so literally freaking like everybody seen me scream, which then ended up making everybody laugh at that point too. And then even I had to laugh at that point, how stupid it was that I got scared like that too. So I literally I literally was bent over just laughing at that point, because I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened at that point too as well. And we started talking again, and then I ended up happening again. I think that same scare actor came up to the side of me and literally saw me get scared, or literally scared me again at that point too, not even 5 minutes later at the point. So freaking I got scared pretty good out there. It was surprising. So we after that, we decided to head towards the Simpson land to go get one of the donuts. And along the way, we saw was it Esteban and Lacey decided to go get get one of the masks there, which was pretty cool. And after that, they actually like these two like bird like scare actors actually ended up coming over. And I don't know what happened at that point, but I just noticed that all of a sudden at one point, while I was waiting, I hear music, and then all of a sudden I see these bird people dancing. Next thing I see like Lacey dancing in front of them too as well, and they all based almost like a dance party at that point too as well. So that was pretty cool. Pretty much like they did their dance for a little bit, ended up taking pictures with them, and then basically we went off our own merry way to Simpson Land, because they want both Esteban and Willie wanted to get the donuts. And Esteban got the big pink donut that you usually see at Lard Lad from Simpsons, and Willie got the chocolate variant. So we went down, sat down for a little bit, and kind of like ate it. The big pink was pretty sweet though. It was like almost like disgustingly sweet, if anything too as well. It was like I actually needed to drink some soda from that to actually get rid of the sweetness. And then the chocolate was actually not too bad, but it was like I'm not a big chocolate fan, so it was pretty chocolatey for me too as well. But still, it wasn't too bad. At least like it was surprisingly less sweet than the other one too. So we ended up kind of planning out like what we were gonna do next, which we ended up doing one more thing, which was going to the Purge Waterworld show, because they had one at 10:30 and it was getting close to it, so we actually had like a little bit of time to like rest in between and actually go there. So we went there and we actually had to go through the circus clown again, which of course it was a lot more circus clowns and chainsaws at that point too as well. So I had to kind of steel myself at that point too. And then we basically went and to the Waterworld facility, and it was pretty cool. That show was actually really cool. And boy, man, the pyrotechnics and stuff, like, man, you could, as like with the truss fire, you could feel these ones too, especially the impact of some of the explosions that they have on there too as well is pretty cool. And boy, man, that was actually really cool show. I actually definitely will watch that again, at least, if anything. But after that, we exit out of the facade. We went decided to go down to the lower lot. And I think this is probably maybe might have been our first mistake, if anything. Because while we were waiting out there, and mind you, we were there since like about how long we were there? We were there about like maybe 10, 11-ish. And we woke up about like 1-ish, or not, or sorry. We woke up about like maybe 8 to 9-ish, I want to say. Let me make sure. Let's see. First video was at 10:38. So I know me and Demetrius woke up about like 7 or 8 or 9-ish. I want to 8 or 9-ish. I want to say. And by the time we went to the lower lot, was about. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find a video that we have. It was already about 11 or almost 12. So it was already 12 by the time we were like waiting for the ride to it. And we were already at the park for more than 12 hours at this point. And we were like already awake for more than 12 hours too as well. So we were pretty starting to get really down at that point. Like our energy reserves were down, and going onto the tram at the cart did not help at all too, which caused some of us to actually get tired. And yeah, so we went down to the lower lot, kind of went by the adjacent house, and then after that, we decided to check out the Jurassic Park ride. We went to, which was still pretty fun and pretty cool at night too as well. So that was actually pretty cool. After that, we were gonna go check out some more houses, but Lacey was pretty tired, so you could really tell how she was like kind of like just really out of it too as well, that she didn't want to like be there longer. So Demetrius went and decided to stay with her and everything too as well, because of his cart and stuff too. And we decided to check out the adjacent house. So we went to go check out the adjacent house, and that one was actually really cool too. It was actually like almost like a mixture of all the Jason Friday the 13th like facades and stuff like that. Like all the different type of Jasons that they have there too, from like the very beginning, like even the messed up one too. And there's some that, because even there was one, I guess like Esteban got really freaked out too with the him putting his heart through the chest area too, which I guess made him like jump too as well. So. And also then, like for me at this point, I started getting a little bit more jumpy too, because when I get tired, I get a bit more like hyper aware of the area. So I start really like looking around, like kind of start like my brain starts going a little bit more active at that point. So like I was really like hyper aware, so I started screaming a little bit more, getting more jumpy at that point too as well. But that was actually pretty cool. That was actually pretty cool from the way how they have it too. So they actually had that going, and it was pretty cool. While we were walking by though too, because the way the facade exit out was behind was in the same walkway as what was it, as the Transformer ride going, and if you go straight through, it goes us to Super Nintendo World. When you went to and we were walking by, we were kind of talking about it and stuff like that too. Next day, freaking one of the freaking like employees freaking went and saw us saying like, hey, have you guys gone to the Scarecrow? Like, and we kind of literally stopped at that point. Literally pitched to us saying like, hey, it's been told it's been voted for the best house for the 3 years in a row at this point. And literally at that point, we kind of like saw like we had time. Like we kind of thought like oh, it doesn't seem that long, so why not? So we kind of like and we literally because we had like Lacey and Demetrius waiting, we were like saying, if it's lower than 5 minutes, we'll go in at that point too. So we decided like kind of, and we didn't tell Lacey and Demetrius that too. So because we thought I guess we were thinking like, okay, let's go through this one. We'll go out and basically hit it up since like okay, well, like we don't want them to be waiting for too long. So we went through it at that point, and we saw that it was 5 minutes. And it was actually like, and this was actually one of the other houses I wanted to check out too, was the Scarecrow one too as well. So basically, we went through it, and it was actually pretty cool. Like I'll admit, it was like a little not as scary as you would, or it was definitely scary, but it wasn't as like really like action like as some of the other ones, like especially like the Latin American one. But it was pretty good, especially the music was really good, especially since it was done by Slash and stuff too as well. Like it was actually pretty good. So it was actually pretty good storytelling that's in there too as well. And going through it, like and there's some parts where even this one like the smell was actually pretty, like you can smell some bad stuff too as well. So but overall it was actually pretty good. I'll admit it was actually pretty good. And the way this house actually came out or like exited out was the back way, but like along the way when we exit out, we had to exit through the we went through the like beside the Friday Nights at Freddy's facade too as well. And man, that it was an understatement on how long that like line looked to go through too as well. And basically like we were just kind of saying like it looks pretty packed, so if we're down, we're down, like we're down to go check it out. But if it's more than like 15 minutes, we're gonna go out. And we saw even like the regular wait time was like about like 45 minutes, I think I want to say, if anything. But even the facade, the regular fast pass one was about 20-minute wait for it too. So like, lad, let's not do that at that point too as well. So we went back, and then we got told that like it's still gonna take us a while to like go wait for a ride back up to the upper lot, because we actually had to like wait for the next car to go up and stuff like that too as well. So we went. So they told us like we could go check out one more house and stuff like that too. So we decided to check out the WWE one, which is the one I also wanted to check out too as well. So we decided to check it out, and basically that one was actually pretty cool. Like they actually like have so many little tidbits and stuff like that too as well. Like of like wrestlers, like if you're a wrestling fan, you actually will get some of the reference there too. Especially like some of the, like one of the people that was in there was like freaking like a hat was wearing, or one of the models was wearing like a freaking a LA Knight shirt, freaking all torn up, bloody. Freaking like you see like some of the famous like Bray Wyatt's like characters that they have too, like Sister Abigail and stuff like that too as well, and even Bray himself too, or Uncle Howdy. And it was pretty cool, like little neat thing. And I still love at the very end too that like at the very end you see a little poster saying like for Bray too as well, because that was if Bray was still alive, because sadly he was one of the wrestlers that passed away like about fuck man, it's already been almost 2 years at this point, a year or 2 years ago, that he sadly passed away so early in his life too, that he actually had a big push coming back too as well, which is kind of crazy to think about too. But like his brother kept on his memory alive too, and with this too as well, it was so cool just seeing all that stuff and everything too as well. So it was a really cool thing to kind of see at that point. And it was a pretty neat house at that point too. So, but other than that, we were waiting for our ride back to the hotel. We ended up we went back up, we were all like dead tired at this point. By the time we actually got up to the upper lot, I want to say it was about, let me see, it was about Jesus Christ. Oh, let me check this video just to make sure. But it was definitely past 1 o'clock that we literally went, and it was definitely 1 o'clock when we exit out the area at this point, because we we were, as I said, we were there for over like 12 hours at this point, if not 13 hours. Yeah, because it was 12:40 by the time I went through there. I can check and see some of the other videos. I think it was this one. So when we finally got up to the upper lot from our tramway, it was already 2:11 at that point. So it was already 2:11 by the time we got up to the upper lot. And basically, you can tell all of us were just drained. We were there for almost over like 14 hours, like 16 hours almost at that point. And we also still had to wait for we had to give Dimitri's electric scooter back. So we had to do that. And then and then it took us a little bit longer too because we normally we were waiting for Demetrius because he's a little bit slow, especially with the walking stuff like that too, which we don't mind at that point too as well. It's just that we had to sometimes remind some of the other people or some of our party members that like, hey, we're leaving him behind at that point too as well. And then after that, we had to use the bathroom before we had a long way back too as well. And I still need to pay. I want to pay him back too as well because the Uber ride was expensive fuck too as well. So, but other than that, we finally got back about like 3-ish in the morning. I want to say, if anything, too as well. It was so late in the freaking It was so late that all of us were like basically passed out at that point too as well. And we basically went and basically just went straight to sleep at that point. And basically, yeah, Halloween Horror Nights was such a really cool spot and everything too. But boy, man, if we ever do like Halloween Horror Nights, I would suggest I wanted to like maybe get a hotel nearby for it at that point. So then at least then if like we can leave the park at least a little bit early, get some rest, and then at least be ready for the Halloween Horror Nights if we go back into it too, because it's literally like I would love to have done so much more things, but because of how tired we were at that point too as well, like it was hard trying to stay back, and plus we had like an hour like run back too as well to our hotel. So, but yeah, it was definitely a long, fun time, but man, that was tiring at the very end of the day too as well. So it was really fun, I'll tell you that much. Day 5, we basically finally did a full rest day. We basically got up. We've all slept in at that point basically, and we basically kind of decided like, hey, let's just have lunch at one of the Japanese barbecue places. And we went and did that, and man, that place was really good too as well. Like cook your own food and stuff like that too. It was really good, pricey, but it was still definitely good. So definitely like it was a good spot. I need to remember that, and it was really good. So food was great, meat was fantastic, rice was pretty good too as well. Soy sauce was really good too that they had over there, and we went back pretty happy. And I'll tell you though, there's one note that like while we were returning back from the hotel, also like while we were getting off the freeway, we just heard somebody's like tire actually burst too as well, which was pretty crazy. That we actually saw the tire, like I literally saw the tire, like air popped out of it too, and then like some of the debris coming out from it too, which was really crazy to see about that. So we went back to the hotel, decided to wash our laundry, whatever laundry we had, and basically just decided like kind of just rest in. And I know at that point too as well, like the last of the World Series, Game 7 of the World Series was happening too, so I decided to kind of check out the last couple of innings, and then we finally saw literally we saw the Dodgers win at the very end, and then like almost like a couple minutes later, we started hearing fireworks going off in front of outside our hotel and stuff like that too. So we were watching that, like a lot of that stuff too, and then like the news, and then like we saw, because we were planning on going to Little Tokyo that day, which luckily we didn't, because I was watching the news and we saw that Little Tokyo was pretty crowded with all the baseball fans and stuff like that too as well. So literally I put in a joke, we dodged it. I'm literally freaking like just joking because like Dimitri's like was just like so fed up with all the puns and stuff too. And then literally freaking Josh literally called freaking Dimitri saying like, hey, get it. He dodged it, get it. That's freaking just, it's so funny. Just that literally called Demetrius just to tell him that too as well. So literally we were just talking a bit. I finally cleared out all my videos and stuff from my little camera onto the micro SD card. And basically after that, we decided to go back to sleep. And we decided to, after that, it was pretty short day. Short day, do a lot of nothing at that point. Basically went, basically actually had a full actual rest day. So, which we thought we had on Wednesday or Thursday. But Friday was literally, or Sunday was literally the last day where we kind of like pack up everything, make sure all of our souvenirs and stuff was able to fit in our backpack and suitcases and stuff like that too as well. So we managed to do that. We actually cleaned up me and Demetrius cleaned up our room a little bit too. So we want to give like those maids hard time too as well, and make sure that we were sloppy too. But make sure everything was there. We then waited in the lobby, kind of like me and Demetrius kind of ate a bit early. Then we went out to eat at a egg place, the Broken Yolk, across from Knott's Berry Farm, which was actually pretty good. A little bit of a wait time, but it was actually pretty good and pretty good way to end the area too as well. So after that, we decided to kind of just go straight to the airport, just spend the time waiting there at that point too as well. So because we didn't want to spend more money, as well as like we didn't want to spend more money, and then just kind of just didn't want to do really much of anything. We kind of just rest and relax at that point. So we decided to like just rest and chill at that point too as well. So we spent like a good 5 hours, I want to say maybe 6 hours, just waiting at the airport. And because like our plane kind of got delayed too as well. So because it was during the whole government shutdown too as well, but wasn't delayed too much. So we basically went and just went and relaxed there too. Got onto the plane and basically just went up to basically flew to Phoenix, and luckily we didn't need to depart and everything too as well. So we kind of just stayed on. And after that, we basically came back home. It was already about 11ish, I want to say, when we finally got back, and 11 to 12ish, I want to say. And then we all went to our to the luggage area to get our luggage back. So we all went there, basically got our luggages, and we all said our goodbyes. And basically, I went on home at that point too as well. So then I got home till about 12:30 to 1ish, I want to say. And that's basically it for the hotel, or for the whole trip. Yeah, I see. This is the reason why like I wanted to wait to put like day 5 and 6 on here, because we didn't really do much on those 2 days. But like Halloween Horror Nights, I knew it was gonna take up a lot of time too as well, because it was a lot of things to say about it. Boston, like I couldn't really get into specific on things too, because I've been a little bit far removed away from it too, but also just watching the videos too. I remember a lot of specific stuff from it that I wanted to say too as well. Let me see my notes and see if I got hit every single thing. Okay, sorry. My bad. The wait for the FNAF house. Here's the correct correction. The express pass was 30 minutes wait. The regular line wait was 180 minutes wait. So basically about almost 3 hours wait time for FNAF. So that was such a long time too as well. So, oh yeah, we did come back about like 3 o'clock. So, but yeah, pretty much like it was such a really fun time from the very beginning. Like when we went to California Adventures, getting soaked there too at the very end, to Disneyland, checking out the keys and stuff, going on all the rides and everything too that we basically kind of went on before, but still pretty cool too as well. And it's just having fun experience, and even the parade too as well was pretty cool there too. To basically like having a pretty like a fun day. I wish I was feeling a lot more better with my legs on Wednesday, that Thursday, for freaking the aquarium and Queen Mary, which is really cool to check and see. Then to freaking Universal Studios on Friday for a full day there, as well as like pretty much like a full like at Halloween Horror Nights too at that night, but with the disappointing like freaking like food that was shown there too as well. That was kind of sad. So we kind of like but overall the haunted house was really cool. I think my top houses were probably like the Latin of America one was definitely up there. The I need to do a ranking on that one too as well, because each one was so unique on its own too as well, like to each of its own like houses. So it was pretty crazy just seeing like each and every house, like, and how like they did each IP done too as well. Like I need to do a ranking on the original houses and then the IP houses too as well. It was pretty cool. So, but and then after that, pretty much like just a rest day, eating good food with my friends and stuff too as well, and then coming home back home too after a long day or a long week at that point too as well. So, but overall, it was really fun. Like I really enjoyed the trip that we all had, all the fun laughters that we had too as well. Some hiccups here and there too as well, but overall it was pretty fun if anything too. So like I really enjoyed it all, and we we basically just had lots of fun at that point. Like I really can't wait for any of the next adventures that we had. And I'm definitely gonna try to like I'm probably gonna be putting out a not on this channel but on the my personal channel on the Steph 125. I'm gonna be putting out like days of video basically that I want to put like a full day video of just nothing but like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, because as I said, each day was so long other than the very short days, which I might combine 4, 5, and 6 together. I think that's my plan for now at this point, because I've been trying to figure out how am I gonna have the how am I gonna like make this whole trip into like a single video, but at this point I might just make it into multiple day videos at this point, because it's pretty hard, especially when you're trying to put out like so much that, because the way how I want to make these videos was more of like kind of like a day through in my own view at this point too as well. Like I want to have it to where it feels like you're on the trip with me at this point too as well. Like you're seeing it through my lens and kind of just like able to be along with me on the whole journey at this point too as well. So I basically wanted to make sure that, and I've been going through the video too as well. I already gone through at least 5 hours of watching through it, and it was already hard enough trying to figure out which clips to cut other than the usual travel like clips, like the plane ride, the car ride, and stuff like that too. But it was already hard enough just trying to get those clips like um trimmed and everything too as well, that I think right now I'm just gonna do it day by day at this point. So day 1 is gonna be California Adventures, day 2 will be Disney, day 3 will be the aquarium, day 4 will be Universal Studios and Hollywood Horror Nights, along with day 5 and day 6 at that point too as well. And at least it'll be kind of manageable too as well. Like it'll at least be like within hopefully an hour, hour and a half at least, depending on how long or how much I recorded that day too as well. But overall, like I want to like make those videos, like as I said, like most of the like trip videos are more personal to me, and that I really don't want to cut a lot of stuff from it, especially like with me being on the rides and like enjoying my own reaction to it too, as well as like everybody else's reaction you can hear. So yeah, I've been really like thankful that I've been able to get onto it, thankful for my friends for actually able to inviting me to it too as well, and just thankful that I can actually like really able to go onto these adventures, at least even though I'm still kind of paying for it too as well. But I really do enjoy all of these like short like vacations, no matter what, just being out with my friends and stuff too, and kind of just able to just enjoy life at this point too, because some people aren't able to have that option, and I kind of used to be that person too as well, that like used to kind of like mostly watch like all these like trip videos and stuff like that too as well, that that I kind of wish I could be on there too as well, but also like been kind of wanting to like bring my family along too, and then able to also enjoy it with my friends too as well. So I'm kind of hoping I can do that next year too as well. But yeah, it's kind of making me feel a little bit more thankful for just being able to go to these parks, be my friends too as well, and just kind of just enjoy it at this point, because it's kind of weird that like just saying this right now, that you don't know how long that your life will be, or how long you'll be seeing each and everybody, and if you guys might drift apart one just randomly someday too as well. But it's kind of just like um kind of like a little bit eye opening, but it's kind of just like more like be more thankful for life itself at this point. And yeah, it's kind of like that too, because I was watching the latest Defunct Line video, which was over 4 hours long. I do highly recommend it. It's about like the animatronics one too as well, because it talks about like the animatronics and like the theme parks that's in it, and just crazy, because I really love like mechanics, animatronics, mechs, and stuff like that too as well, which I'll definitely be making a episode about it too as well. But just him talking about like the theme parks and kind of like being like so immersed into it too as well, that it reminded me of my own of the trip that I was on too as well, just being so immersed into the land, so like with everybody too as well, just feeling it, and just like, man, that's kind of crazy to feel. So, but anyway, that's kind of my plan for the trip at that point. And my voice is already kind of starting giving out to me again right now, sadly. So I don't have really much anything else to kind of say. I'd just be rambling on about a lot of stuff at that point if I do so. But I will definitely see you in the next episode. Who knows what the next episode will be? Maybe a Bionicle one, but I think we'll hold off on the multi-parters for a little bit. We'll do some quick like single parters too as well, especially after this one. But we'll definitely like I'll probably think of something to do, or to I know there's certain topics I could probably talk about at that point. But thank you for listening to episode 28 of the Scaleless Podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed your holidays, at least, especially your Thanksgiving holiday, and hopefully that you're very festive in this upcoming holiday too as well. I definitely will be making like a Christmas one, or if not a New Year's one, at least before the year ends. At that point, doing my own New Year's resolutions for this channel as well as my personal channel too. But I really hope that you guys have a great morning, good afternoon, good evening. Also have a good night. See you around. I'm not